When I say every single thing that could have gone wrong, or every obstacle that could have came up with this closing, it happened. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. So I'm just hop right into it. Today's video is going to be a vlog of my very first closing. Yeah, so I'll tell you every single detail once it's all wrapped up and I'm home from work and all that good stuff. But I'm on the way there now. I'll be pulling up in about 5 or so, well, less than 5 minutes, like 2 minutes or so. And then I will try to vlog as much as I can. I probably can't have a camera in there, of course, with all the paperwork and legal stuff, but I'll vlog my check, when I get my deposit, how much it is, what fees come out, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'm about to head there right now. I'll vlog as much as I can, and then you probably see me once I get my check and I'm on my way back to my other job. All right, y'all, so I'm here looking shiny as ever. But before I walk in, I did want to mention a few things. I asked the listing agent what I was supposed to bring to the closing, and I was like, anything beside my regular documents, and he said, no, you're fine. But what I did bring just in case was the actual broker buyer agreement, the FHA contingency. We had to change the price. The price that it was appraised for, it was a little bit lower, so we have that. I have that amendment to the agreement, and that's about it. So I'm gonna walk up in there with my purse, and hopefully I have everything. I am here 15 minutes early, so that's good. I'm gonna just go in there and chit chat with Miss Aria and make sure I know where to walk in and XYZ, because I've never been here before. Like I said, it's my first time closing. Just wanted to at least mention what I do have. But I don't need my purse. I'm gonna walk with a pen at least. All right, y'all, so I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Bye. The sellers are in front of me. All right, you guys, so I am finally out of closing. I got there, like I said, 15 minutes before 4. I think we started like a little after 4 p.m. because the mortgage company handed in the entire closing packet like a little late. But yeah, and the time now is, I'm not gonna see my phone, but it is like 5:20 something. So, you know, was there like a little over an hour, but the closing altogether was about an hour, because like I said, we started a little bit after 4. All right, so I'm just gonna go back to work right now, and then I'm going to talk about every single thing when I get to my house. I will go over just some of my experience. Like I said, I couldn't really film while there, but I'll just say what I saw, what my experience was like. And then I'll show my check. I do have to drop my check off to my broker or franchise manager. Then I'll vlog eventually how long it took for me to get my portion and all the money that came out, because even though the amount is on the check, I'm not getting that full amount. Unfortunately, I'm going to get like a fraction of that. So I'll show you guys all of that as well. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Della Masai, but you can call me Maya. Alright, so getting straight into this video, I'm going to be going over or talking about my first closing. I finally closed on a home after how many months of being a realtor. If you've seen one of my previous vlogs, which is almost about 5 months ago, I believe, I did a day in the life of a struggling real estate agent. So you know I've had some trouble. And if you've seen another one of my videos, you would have also known that I did switch from Keller Williams to another company that provides leads. All right, so that company is called Performance Group Real Estate. I think it's Performance Group LLC, something like that. Imagine I don't even know the name of my company that I'm with, but yeah, it's Performance Group. It's a branch off of First Class Real Estate, I believe it is. But yeah, I'm under Performance Group LLC. Yeah, so my first closing was a lead that I got from them. And it was a lady who was looking to move from Jacksonville, Florida to down here in Augusta, Georgia. So right off the bat, we did have some trouble finding her a home, but that's just because we're in a buyer's market we're in a seller's market, and the homes are going so quickly. So every single home that we did find that she liked, or she sent me that she liked, it went within like the next day. But we found one, she found one as soon as it went on the market. Then we saw it the next day, and then she liked it. We told her that she wanted the home. We put an offer in that very night, and then he got accepted. He offered asking price, and then initially we asked for them to cover at least half of the closing costs, which they agreed to, and then eventually we asked them to cover all of the closing costs, and by the grace of God, they did cover all of the closing costs. So that was good. All right, so because it's me and it's my first closing, of course, when I say every single thing that could have gone wrong, or every obstacle that could have came up with this closing, it's just crazy to me. But it is and it's not. I think everything honestly is a blessing in disguise, and because I had so many obstacles with this closing, I know what I should do differently, or how to stay on top of things to at least prevent it from happening again. All right, so the very first obstacle was all right, so we had the closing date set for June 5th, I believe, and then eventually we had to change it to June 6th, but that was only because the closing attorney did not have that date available. All right, so right off the bat, I remember the listing agent did not list the home, or did not change the status of the home to pending or under contract, and I was wondering why. So I asked him, and he said it's because the lender, which my buyer was with, did not send him the appraisal reports, or order it, sorry. Yeah, so I called the loan officer that my buyer was working with, and I asked them, hey, we're just waiting on the appraisal report to be ordered. How soon can that be done? That day she told me that they did order the appraisal report, and they contacted the listing agent and got that taken care of. So then it went on to contract, which made me feel a whole lot better. I don't know why, I just needed to say on the contract. That just made me feel like, okay, like it's the deal is actually done, or it's on its way to be done. Moving on to the next obstacle. About 10 days before closing, the listing agent kept on asking me, hey, what's going on with the appraisal? Like, the appraiser himself, even though the report was ordered, they did not contact him to get the appraisal done, which needs to be in at a certain time so that we can actually meet closing dates. So I went to go contact the loan officer, and she was on vacation, and I couldn't get a hold of her. So the person, I'm assuming it, which is her assistant, contacted me and said, hey, we're really trying to get the appraisal, get an appraiser to do the appraisal, which was confusing to me because I thought if they already ordered the appraisal report, such a tongue twister. If they already ordered the appraisal report, I thought they actually had an appraiser to do it. I guess I was missing something. I'm new, so I'm still learning. So this went on for almost like 5 days. We can't get an appraiser. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what can I do to get an appraiser? So I asked the listing agent, hey, is there anything that I can do? And he said, legally or technically as a realtor, a buyer's agent, I can't do it. It's up to the mortgage company. But he said if you want to, just give them a list of appraisers locally here. So I did that. I found every single one that I can find, and I emailed it to them. The next day, the loan officer came back in office, and they were like, okay, we got the appraisal report. We got an appraiser to do the appraisal report. Sheesh. so hard to say. And they guaranteed that the report will be in by July 2nd. And even though we would technically have to push it, the closing date back again, it wasn't drastically. So we finally got that done. And then, all right, so July 2nd came, no appraisal report. And I kept on checking up and checking up and checking up. I remember it was a Tuesday. And then Friday came and I told the listing agent, I was like, we're gonna have to push this closing date back again because I don't hear anything about the appraisal report. So he said that was fine, and he told his sellers, and then we agreed to, instead of the 6th, we're gonna do it on the 13th. All right, so that's a week back now. So coming up closer to the 13th, we still had no appraisal report in. So I'm getting peed off, the buyer's agent is getting peed off, sorry, the buyer is getting peed off as well. And then, you know, I keep asking, like, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? So I asked the listing agent, hey, can you please call the appraiser, because he had his contact, and ask him, like, what the heck is going on? He got a hold of him, and the appraiser said that the reason why he hadn't sent the report is because the mortgage company did not send him the contract to get paid or something like that. So I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. This is not real. Like, what are y'all doing? So I hit the loan officer up immediately, and I'm like, hey, so he said XYZ, what's going on? But the appraiser did send a rush report in. Anyways, this is a Friday, so he rushed it in. Monday, I asked him if they've received it yet. Tuesday, nothing. We passed the closing date. We got to push it back yet again. Long story short, we didn't get the appraisal report until very late. And then when we did get the appraisal report, I'm like, yay, we got it, we're about to close. And as I'm about to talk to the closing attorney's office and the seller's agent and my buyer and get all the dates together on a date that we can close, and I'm about to confirm, the loan officer messages me and say, hey, so the appraiser missed a few steps in the appraisal report and we have to push closing back a few more days. And I'm just like, if this ain't some BS, I don't know what is. So, you know, I'm like, felt like I just got hit in the stomach. I'm like, okay, we gotta push it back even further. And at this point, we were gonna aim to close for the 23rd, but that didn't work with the buyer. And then she asked, she was available that following Wednesday, which is the day that we actually closed. So, all right, we finally got the appraisal report in after I bugged the heck out of that appraiser because he didn't send it in as fast as I thought he was gonna send it in. But the home ended up appraising for a little bit less than the appraisal price. The purchase price, which was fine. It wasn't that much less. We did amendment to the agreement to get that taken care of. And yeah, so we just ended up closing. What day was it? I think it was the 28th. It was a Wednesday, 28th, I believe. So we ended up closing almost a month after the set time. You know, everyone's happy now and it's done and over with. And like I said, I know what to do. I gotta be on top of the appraisal report, make sure everything is in. And I'm gonna always make sure that I bug the listing agent to, you know, get a hold of the appraisal company and ask to let they're on top of stuff. Because I guess it was kind of hard for them to reach the local appraiser because they're working through a third party. But it's a lesson learned, you know, it was an experience and I got paid. So now to the good stuff. The home went for $194,474 and my cut was 2.5%. It was originally going to be 3%, but as I mentioned before, the buyer wanted the seller to cover most of the closing costs, and in order to do so, we had to save the seller some money by, you know, like cutting down our commissions. And I was like, it's okay, you know, I wanted to help her out, and I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for, you know, like helping people get their homes, their dream homes, or right home for them, and then the money. So yeah, my cut was 2.5%, and that ended up being $4,861 and some change. And like I said, this was a lead that was sent to me from my company. Well, it's through OpCity, which is a sister company of realtor.com. So they had to get their cut, which is a huge cut in my opinion, which is 35%. So that brought it down to around $3 grand. I'm gonna put the actual figures in here. Brought it down to about $3 grand, and then it pains me to say this, but so Performance Group, or the broker that I'm with, it's gonna be a 50-50 split. So I ended up walking away with a little over $1,500, guys. So I went from $4,800 to $1,500, but that's how much I made on my first closing. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you can make as a part-time real estate agent, or just what you can make on a home that's around $200,000 really. If I didn't get that lead through if I didn't get that lead through my company, I would have walked away around like $3,000 and above, because I get 70% if it's a lead that I bring on my own, and I would have gotten like a little over $3,000, I believe.
Monkey.
So that really makes me want to work to get my own leads. All right, guys, so that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you were entertained and you had like a lot of insight of what goes on with closing and June closing. I am gonna start to do more real estate videos, stuff that I wish that I knew, like what to expect during closing, like after the sale is pretty much done, how to do contracts, how to like submit offers, all that good stuff. So please expect to see a lot more. Subscribe if you want to see a lot more of those videos, and please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Like I said, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way, get out the way.